Oh, he just pooped.
Today we're doing something that's been on my bucket list for 10 or more years. When I came to Australia the first time, I drove here, came all the way into the parking lot, and then realized that I couldn't afford to go. And we still really can't afford to go, but we have credit cards now. I'm so excited for this. I've been looking forward to this the whole time. As soon as we got to Australia, this is the first thing that I wanted to do. We're at the Australia Zoo. This is the zoo of famed conservationist and famous crocodile hunter Steve Irwin and the rest of his family. This place is absolutely massive. It's 700 acres. It almost feels like the size of a city, except for, you know, instead of residents and huge sky rises, there's just animals all over the place.
Before we get any further, I have to be honest here. Going to the zoo was not something I was super excited about. For many people, including myself, visiting the zoo brings up a lot of complex feelings. The innocence of my childhood of simply enjoying the zoo had slowly been replaced by a little bit of skepticism over the years. There was always something that just made me a little bit sad to see animals not in their natural environment or to be used for entertainment. But because this was something Josh had been so excited for and for so long,
That's crikey. This is great.
I put on a happy face and tried to go in with an open mind.
Rough day, buddy?
It's just the drunkest looking animals, but they're so cute.
It was right at this point where I learned the Australia Zoo was not the zoo I had expected.
The crocodile. Even with all the amazing animals here, which there are a lot, the big attraction that was originally started by Steve Irwin 20, 30 some years ago are the shows that happen a couple times a day. All these kind of like once in a lifetime incredible experiences that you can only really see here.
My job, my mission, the reason I've been put onto this planet is to save wildlife. And I thank you for coming with me.
I was almost dreading watching the crocodile show.
Even worse, you can feel the pressure changes in the water. So the last place you want to end up is in the water with crocodile up in crocodile territory. You can see straight away. He's giving that tail a big flick. He doesn't like me being in this water. So you'll take a shot. Thanks, mate. Come on, guys.
While the show surely has an entertainment and wow factor, I learned that it served a much larger purpose.
We can show you how to stay safe. Because obviously, if we keep you guys safe, we keep our crocodiles safe. Unfortunately, if something happens, these guys are branded as evil, ugly monsters, and they get hunted.
I left not only feeling way more prepared about how to stay safe around crocodile-inhabited waters, but also with a huge amount of wonder and respect for these creatures that I once considered scary monsters.
So wild. Terrifying, but I learned a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and feed one, to be honest. I'm a little freaked out, but I think it'll be awesome.
He's like, I've got food.
My whole thinking about zoos being purely for entertainment was consistently prodded at throughout the day. You see, for many people, including myself, zoos are the first and sometimes only experience someone will have with animals from the wild.
anyone? I think they're busy. They have enough food.
Chill.
What is that thing? I've never seen one before.
I had no idea what a cassowary was, and up until that day, when I stood just a few feet away from one for the first time ever, I learned that there are less than 5,000 of these prehistoric birds left in the world, and that their protection and survival actually also protects our rainforests. Apparently, the male cassowaries take care of the little chicks for 2 years before they grow up and become independent cassowaries. And the mom goes on to make more cassowaries. But they're getting extinct, so they're building a rainforest to try and promote a home for these guys. Up until that day, I had no reason to care about them. I realized at that point, staring at this ancient bird, that there was so much I had been assuming about zoos. That was when it hit me. The excitement and the way that the Irwins and many zoo enthusiasts show their love for animals may not be the way that others do. But in a world where it can be challenging to get people to care about specific issues, having a personal connection to these animals may just be what makes the difference.
Even its web is an X, like, do not come here. How's your day at the zoo going?
It's so cool. This place is magical. I will admit I was a little bit skeptical because when you hear zoo, you're like, ugh. But I'm learning so much, and the animals here are so well taken care of, and they have so much space, and there's just so much education here. I don't know. I'm just being blown away.
Yeah. There's something that I haven't really been able to quantify, this feeling that we have over here of that we're in Australia and we just hand-fed some kangaroos. I don't know, like, how lucky are we to be doing this here? It just is incredible. They also have a shuttle to bring you everywhere around the park. It's really nice because it's really big.
Our day at the Australia Zoo turned out to be more than just a fun day at the zoo. It honestly changed my whole perspective and helped me see how not so clear-cut these issues are. Before this day, I might have completely shut down the idea of many of these experiences, mostly because of what other people have written or said about them or posted about them.
He's coming.
That guy back there's the size of a house. Doesn't even make sense. Wow, he's so lovely.
Had Josh not come into this with his childlike wonder, I would have just assumed that all the negative things I had read and felt about zoos were the truth. But the reality is, it's way more complex than that.
Just what an indescribably, incredibly wonderful, magical place. Like, oh, it's something special. Is this place expensive? Definitely. At $60 a person, yeah, it's you know, not exactly a budget-friendly thing to do, but you can actually spend an entire day here walking all the grounds. We walked at least 6 miles walking around everywhere today, and we weren't bored for a second of it. It was incredible.
It would have prevented me from personally experiencing the Australia Zoo for what it was, disregarding the many ways they actually help care for animals, which happened to also include research, conservation work, fundraising, education, and their very own wildlife hospital. For me, it was a place to learn, a place to connect, a place to experience some really awesome animals, and a place to witness some amazing people do wonderful things to care for these animals.
Okay, one word to describe what it was like here at the zoo today, your experience.
Eye-opening. It's a word, one word.
Well, there's a
with
dash in the middle.
Koala-licious.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He's busy.
You chilling?
Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.